Hey everybody, how's it going? Today we're gonna test this key switch that I took off from a Craftsman Riding lawnmower. I know that this key switch is not working now, but I'm gonna go over the process of testing it along with you guys for you to see it. The only thing we're gonna need is the multimeter and this schematic. But this schematic, we don't need the whole schematic. We're not going to go over the whole schematic and see how the connections work. What we want to understand is how the key switch works. And when the key is turned to a specific position, what that means and how what connections should exist on that position. Okay, let me set up the multimeter to continuity. And that way we're going to be able to check the connection. Okay, works. So let's bring it back, this schematic. I'll put side by side an image of the switch. And as you can see in this switch, let's take a look at the stop position. Stop position represents off. And when the key switch is in off position, M, G, and 8-1 supposed to be connected. Okay, now let's go. Let's do the test. I can try to find where is MA, MG, and A1. Okay, let's try M and G first. And yeah, there is a connection. Now let's go to G in A1. G in A1, no connection. No connection at all. Okay, yeah, we know that this is not working. I got a new one from Amazon. And let's compare both of them. Let's see how we can determine that that one is actually not good. Let me open up this one and do some tests. Okay, looks very similar. And also a little bit different. Okay. Wow. It's a click for each position. The other one was moving. This one you have to click it. Let me try to take off this key and do the test. It's a little bit rough, but probably because it's new, right? Okay, let's try to find the M, the G and M position compared to the other one. This one is not marked. The other one we can see the letters, but this one is not. So let's go compare G and M now. Yeah, it does connect. G and A1, yeah, it does connect. So yeah, this one works. Let's try to test a different position now. Let's move the key to that position. We are now, let's review the schematic. Now are in the run position. We're gonna need to have B and A1 connected. Okay, let's find B and A1. It's not marked, but I know that's those two. So let's check them out and see if we can find a connection. The key is in the run position. Yeah, good. This one's good. It's a brand new. I hope it's good. Let's get the old one. Let's see if this is going to repeat, if you're going to be able to test the run position and you're going to find the connection on those two connectors. As you can see, this one also works. Okay, let's give it another test. Now let's try in the start position. For the start position, when we switch the key, we're gonna add another connection. As you see in the run, you have B plus A1, but for the start position, we're gonna have B plus A1 plus S, and is not a permanent switch. It's a temporary switch because we want to go back to B plus 1 to keep the machine running. The S is going to be added only to crank the engine. It is a connection to the starter. That's what S means. I'm going to have to change my probes in my multimeter because I'm going to have to hold the key switch in the start position with one hand and probe the connectors with another one. And I have a better probe in here to do that. This one I can use with just one hand and I can find two connectors. First, let's test to see if it's working. Yeah, it is working. Now let's try to find a position. Then I'm going to use one hand to hold the switch in the start position and use the other hand to connect B with S. And yeah, I don't get nothing. I get nothing. I don't get any. No. It doesn't. Let's try the other one, the new one. Let's hold in the S position, in the start position. And let's connect B with S. Yeah, it works. Well, I already knew that this one was not working, and it looks like someone has been here before me. And let's crack this babe open and see what's going on. It's held by small clips in the side, and when you take it off, you lose the clips. This gray cap is gonna pop right off. Here you go. There is a plate. This is the plate that connections. When you turn the key, you make the connections accordingly, because each position of this plate is going to represent a position in the key switch. And there is nothing wrong here. We can see that the plates match where the connectors should be. And you can see that the ground is a little bit offset of the edge. And you can see over there that that's where ground is supposed to run. There is nothing wrong here. The problem is not the plate. The problem is when you run the key, when you turn the key, there needs to exist a connection. The plate needs to touch the connectors. And it's not just a matter of touching, it needs to actually exist a good connection. And in order to do that, what happens is below the plate, there is a spot to put small springs. There is a spring in the center, and there is a spot to put small spring. And there is only one small spring. So there is nothing holding the plates up. You're supposed to have three. We have three spots for springs in here, but only one exists. So when you turn the key, one side of the plate is gonna press up to make the plate touch the connectors, but there are two ends that are not actually make that good connection. So that's why it's not working.